How's it going, guys, and welcome back to another video. So we are on our way to the farm and we need to get some milk out to the dairy. So we'll get the old Massey fired up and the tanker trailer hooked up, and yeah, we'll move some milk over to the dairy here. And I think we'll do our old trick of hooking up to the front of the tractor, just because with those dolly trailers it makes it a lot easier to reverse if you have it on the front of the tractor. The John Deere, at least the big one, the 6250R, is still over there in the shed because we are going to be doing soybean planting today as well. We'll probably get into that right after we're sort of done with the dairy over here. I did, however, get the 7810 disconnected from the roller, cleaned up and put away. Since we are going to be doing the planting of the soybean field first, then we'll get the planter disconnected, cleaned up, put away, and then we'll use the 6250R for rolling the fields as well. The 7810 did okay, but it's definitely not ideal. So, yeah, we're going for this one. Yeah, it's not great. It works, but it's not great. So I'd rather use the 6250 for that. But yeah, we still have the roller. I just left it there. It's all good. Righty. Let's get that hooked up, and we'll get this filled up. Move it over to the dairy. So the cows are doing just fine. The pigs are doing well as well. One thing that I did want to mention is that our silo bunker, the big one over here, sort of just behind the dairy there, is empty now. So I emptied that recently, so that is good. It means that we can get our first cut off of the grass field, the one grass field that we have currently. The wheat field up there at the overflow farm is eventually going to be turned into a grass field again as well. But yeah, for the moment we just have the one, but as soon as we get a cut off of that, that'll go into the bunker for, well, making silage. But what I'm kind of thinking about doing maybe is moving all of the silage that we have in the bunker at the overflow farm to this bunker, and then filling the other bunker again with the grass. And the reason for that is because we're obviously using the feed mixer and it's really slow. I don't want to be driving all the way to the overflow farm every time that I need to get silage. So I'm thinking about moving all of it over here with the truck, and then yeah, starting to fill the other bunker again and use that as the actual fermenting bunker, I guess, and this one just as storage. So that is my plan, but we'll see if we are actually going to do that or not. I'll probably have to ask the old man if he's good with that, but yeah, we shall see. I guess there is a chance that maybe, just maybe, we wouldn't have to ask anyone about anything soon. If we do end up buying the farm, then of course we can make all of the decisions ourselves. Scary thought. Scary thought. So I am definitely still thinking about buying the farm. And I did also forget to mention in the previous vlog, when we sort of found out about this whole situation, that the old man's house is included in the purchase. That is part of the farm. With that shed as well, of course. So yeah, he is, like I say, he's planning on moving not too far from here, but a nice little lake house that he built a few years ago. So yeah, I guess if we do end up buying the farm, we'll probably move into that house, I would say. What would happen to River Hill? I'm not 100% sure. That's everything I'm trying to figure out. Of course, I think we'll keep it. I mean, it's a lovely property, but I think we'll probably just run it as a mill, and maybe even if Nick wants to move into the log cabin there, then he can do that. I wouldn't even charge him. So, yeah, I mean, I guess we could have him sort of run that side of things with the mill. And he can live on the property there. He's got all of the equipment there that he needs. And Maggie is, of course, doing a fantastic job with the restaurant. And then we can move over here and we can just basically take care of the farm then. So, yeah, I don't know. It's still a big decision. I am getting closer to making that decision, but I am still going through sort of the finances and everything. I did get all of the information off of the old man, but it's a lot to go through and it's a lot to sort of work out, and I have to sort of work with the bank as well to see if we can sort of figure something out in terms of a loan and, yeah, sort of financially how that is all going to play out and whether it is a good decision. But we shall see. Righty, I think that'll do them for the minute anyway. They should be able to get... my mind just went blank there because I'm kind of thinking about what needs to happen next. But yeah, I think that'll keep them busy for a while anyway. But I think what we need to do now is probably head straight into the fields, because it is a bit after 11 already, because I was busy with a few other things this morning. Again, sort of going through some of the financials and stuff for the farm. So yeah, I'm a little bit late to get some of my work done today, but it'll be fine. I'm just trying to sort of figure out what exactly needs to be prioritized, and I think getting that soybean field done is probably priority number one at this point. And yeah, we'll have to get the rolling done as well. Again, whether we'll do that today, I'm not 100% sure. I'm hoping we can. That would be ideal, because it'll mean that basically all of the fields are ready to go and we don't have to worry about them too much. We'll have to keep an eye out, of course, for weeds and stuff like that, and possibly we'll have to do an application of fertilizer here and there if needed, but we'll see. Anyway, I think I'm gonna get the John Deere warmed up and I'll get the GPS and everything set up. I'll actually have to see if I can figure something out with the GPS, because the field where we are going is a bit of an odd shaped one, so I'll have to play around with it a little bit and see whether we can make it work or not. I do like using the GPS because yeah, it frees up my hands a little bit, so I can play a bit more with the drone and get some cool shots for you guys with that. But yeah, I'm gonna get that all set up and we're gonna get some soybean into that field, which will be our last field for seeding this season. Well, that's not completely true, because as soon as we harvest the wheat field, which we planted last season, we'll plow that in and seed some grass over there and turn that back into a grass field. But yeah, that'll be a while. But for the current rotation of crop, I guess this will be the final one. So yeah, we are going to get the drone out and we're going to get this field knocked out. So for now, sit back, relax, and enjoy. Alright, so that is the soybean field planted. And all we need to do now is roll that field as well as the cornfield next to it. And we should be pretty much good to go on the fields then. So while I was busy there, Nick did give me a call. He's coming into the mill a little bit later on. And he wanted to know if I have a moment if I could get rid of all of the wood chips over there. Because he has got a massive amount of logs that needs cutting. And so that would become beams and planks. And it'll just save him a little bit of time if I got rid of the wood chips that we have building up over there. So I said no problem. I would anyway want him to be working the mill rather than just sort of messing about with wood chips and things like that. So yeah, I have a little bit of time. We're in no rush to get the rolling done, but we are going to get it done today anyways. We should have more than enough time. So I'm going to get that knocked out real quick. So we'll just get the trailer moved. I'll probably actually just hook it up to the Unimog. Get it reversed in there, and then we'll use the John Deere to load up. I think we still have the bucket on the John Deere anyway. So yeah, we'll get that done real quick. I did actually get the pickup truck into the little shed here, so we'll start work on that real soon. The interior on that is fantastic though, by the way. It has actually been redone, which is a bit weird that they did that before the bodywork, but yeah, it's good. And I do have the truck in there as well, and I have the log trailer back there now. So I cleared up a little space there for that to be reversed into because I don't have anywhere else to put it. But yeah, let's get this hooked up real quick. Oh, hang on. Hello? Alright, well, that was a very unexpected and unfortunate phone call that I got there from Zach. Things are not good over in Elm Creek. Zach's fine. Unfortunately, Jimmy, not so much. So Zach was telling me that Jimmy and Clifford have been having a bit of beef, apparently. So it sounds like Clifford wants to buy the farm off of Jimmy. Now, this is the farm that's across the road from where our dealership used to be. And Jimmy doesn't want to sell. And yeah, apparently Clifford got pushy. Jimmy pushed back in true Jimmy fashion, and unfortunately last night Jimmy's farm burned down. All three his buildings, the two barns as well as his office slash workshop building, all three of them burned down. So obviously very suspicious. I'm not saying who did it or anything like that, but I think we all have a very good idea of what happened there. So yeah, it is being investigated, but knowing how connected Clifford is, I don't think much is going to come from that investigation. Again, I'm not saying it was Clifford. I'm just saying I have my suspicions. But yeah, basically Zach was saying that maybe just like watch your back, and he kind of has a good point, because I have sort of let my guard down lately, even though we had quite the severe incident, which I still am quite convinced of that he was involved in one way or another. But again, can't prove anything, I guess. But yeah, he's got a point, because things have been very quiet around here, almost too quiet. And maybe it's because he shifted his attention to Jimmy, and obviously I don't want anything to happen to Jimmy, but I kind of hope that's why things have been quiet over here, and not that it's just like the quiet before the storm. So yeah, that is quite shocking news though. That caught me off guard, and we'll definitely just have to continue to watch our backs. Man, that is something else. Oh my goodness. Right, anyways, we have got a full load here. So we'll take this in, get it sold, and we have quite a bit left over there, so we'll probably do another full load, I would say. I'll probably do it off camera, to be fair, just because it's not the most interesting thing to do. So I'm gonna head into town real quick. I'll get this sold, I'll come back, I'll fill up the trailer again, try and get everything we can onto there, hopefully all of it. And that means that Nick doesn't have to worry about keeping the area clean. He can come in and do the work that actually matters. Of course, running the mill. So, yeah, it just frees him up to do that sort of a thing, which, like I say, is just more important. And I would rather have him do that than this. But yeah, I think that we'll head back. When I'm done there, we'll head back to the farm. We'll get the roller onto the John Deere. And, yeah, we'll head out and get those 2 fields rolled real quick. Then at least we know that is done for today. But, yeah, I'm going to get this knocked out, and I'll see you guys back at the farm. Alright, we are back at the farm, and we have all of the wood chips cleared out, and we should be good to go for a little while yet. But anyway, we are using the 6250R, and we'll just need to get this hooked up real quick. Lovely. Fantastic. So yeah, the 7810 did okay with the roller, but it definitely wasn't overly happy. So yeah, I would much rather use this. Less strain on the tractor. It's definitely more suited to that massive roller. Very heavy roller. Yeah. Anyways, I think what we'll do is we are going to get the GPS set up. And we'll get the drone back out. And we'll get these 2 fields knocked out. I think what I might actually do is maybe just do 1 loop around both of the fields. Just so that we have a bit more turning around space at the ends of the fields, because this thing is extremely wide. So yeah, I think I might actually swing this around and do that first, just to make it a little bit easier on ourselves when we have that GPS going. Fantastic. Alright, that should do. Drop that down. Looks like everything is working the way it should be working. So yeah, I am gonna do this real quick, and then we'll get the drone out and we'll get these 2 fields knocked out real quick. So for now, sit back, relax, and enjoy. Alright, so that is all of the rolling done. And that really means that we don't have to do too much regarding the fields, at least for the coming weeks. We'll have to keep an eye out to see if there's any weeds that pop up, and if there is, then we'll take care of those. But otherwise, we really shouldn't have to do much. Maybe an application of fertilizer, but I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see. But, yeah, I just came back from the old man's place there. I'm actually standing on the roof of the Unimog because what a view. But yeah, I just had a few questions regarding the possible purchase of the property. Just a few things that I needed to clear up. But I'm actually on my way back to Riverhill to continue looking through the paperwork and sort of the finances so that we can actually make a decision on this whole purchase situation. Also, I'll probably later on today give Jimmy a call and see how things are going over there and find out what exactly the story is, what's happening. But yeah, I think we are going to leave it there for today. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you all next time.